Well, hello everyone. Jane here from Your Weight Loss. I'm just attacking your ears. Hello everyone.
And also just like starting like there was no time to spare. We're not talking about anything. We're just going straight to the podcast.
Straight to the podcast. We need the world to know about our night with Cat and Nat. And they've been waiting.
They have been waiting. They saw that photo of us with Cat and Nat and they thought, how did that happen?
How did that happen? And it's not just like this. How? And it's not just this like easy, oh, it just happened. Like there's like, these were events after another event. And then this happened. And then this happened. Like that night we will never forget. It was an amazing evening.
Never forget.
Okay, before we start, we have to say that this is Monday, meaning the people that purchased premiere tickets have seen our documentary. We would love for you to comment below on this podcast if you watched our documentary premiere and all of your positive thoughts. I'm at a point where I'm like, I just want to hear positivity. I do not want to hear anything else right now.
I know you're not sensitive, you're maybe not fragile, but like you're just at the end of like such an epic project and like you have like put in 1 million hours into this project.
Yes. So when it comes to the project, I'm like, I just like, if you're not in the mood to watch the documentary and tell me positivity, then let's just don't watch the documentary. Like, and also I love it so much. So I actually don't feel fragile right now. I know when I'm fragile, I actually feel like I disagree. Everything is perfect. The documentary is perfection.
No one else is allowed to have any other opinion. Absolutely not. My opinion is the right one.
It's the right one. For this one, you are wrong. I am correct. Okay, so let's go. So right now we're actually recording this the day before premiere. So it's like I slept well. I think I'm going to sleep well tonight. I just like, I want it to be here today. Like I want it to be now. I'm not stressed about it. I'm excited.
Same.
I feel like everything's ready. We just have to be pretty and Jordan knows what's up. I mean, it's all good. So we're ready. Okay, let's go to Cat and Nat. Where do we start?
I feel like we should tell them like that our like love for Cat and Nat has been going on for like years, maybe. I think you started.
Yes, so I started to listen to Cat and Nat. I like first, but I had heard about them years ago. Like before I was a mom type thing. Christelle was a massive Cat and Nat fan.
I had a few people in my life tell me when we started showing up on social media, she was like, they had said, you guys remind us of Cat and Nat. So then I looked into who they were.
Right. And also I need to say, I am not a podcast listener from the get-go. So years ago, I wasn't listening to podcasts. I wasn't in that world, but they are the ones that got me in the podcast, like listening to podcasts, like every walk I would listen to them. And like, I went back and started pretty much from the beginning though.
I was just going to say that now I'm remembering that we literally went back to the very beginning and binge.
We did. We binge watched those. And then we would like kind of like connect and be like, I'm here. What about that? Like, so we would talk about it. Now I'm behind. I'm really behind because I'm not walking anymore. You must be on it.
All over it.
I love it.
So yeah, we started, really enjoying their content and just really enjoying their content, really enjoying how honest they show up in the world and the things that they say on their podcasts. Oh,
it's juicy. It's so juicy. It's so fun. And I'm like, this is exactly what I want to be listening to while I'm walking. They are also funny. Everything. It was great. And we are two business owners, so they are business owners as well. So there was a little bit of time where they do give some sort of like ins and outs of owning a business. So that for me was interesting as well.
And there's not many people that can relate to our business in a sense of like, we could really relate to how people were like, oh, well, like, do you work full time? You know what I mean? Like, because people don't see it. They see it so differently.
Yeah.
Working and being moms when like we have so much flexibility in our work. Sometimes that means that like we're the ones that end up in charge of other stuff because we have flexibility. And they were like really talking about that.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's been good since the get-go. And now they've like really shifted their vibe on the podcast, and they changed their podcast name to Cat and Nat Unfiltered. I think why do you think that happened? I think it's because they saw interest in that type of topic, because they're doing like sex reveals and just it's all about what's happening.
I mean, that they have to almost not reinvent themselves, but they have to evolve, because a lot of their content before was about being moms, and they're still moms, and that's still a part of their stuff. Little anymore.
Yeah, their kids are not little anymore.
So they needed to kind of like move on a little bit from that. So I think that's why they went with that.
Yeah, no, I like it. I like it. And I mean, they'll always be moms, but at the end of the day, like, that initial being a mom when your kids are 5+ is different than when your kids are 5 minus, -5.
If you guys are in the -5 zone right now, we hear you, we see you, it gets better, we promise.
I just want to say I'm sorry. I am so sorry. Just hang in there.
Hang in there.
Oh my goodness.
So
Okay.
we listened to all their podcasts, love them, started trying to like make them notice us, tag them and stuff. We just really think that we could coexist really well together. So then
this podcast is cutting sometimes. So if you see me kind of like I'm cutting you, it's because we don't hear you. So I'm trying to like fill that little void, but then you come right back right quickly. So I'm just like kind of filling that space for you, my friend.
Thank you. So we saw that Cat and Nat were coming to Moncton. And so we were like, clearly we're going.
That was exciting because I never thought they would come to like they had done a few tours. I thought, are they going to do like the Maritimes? Like, is this going to happen? And would they come to Moncton? Would they just do Fredericton, or you know what I mean? Like the I guess the bigger cities, but Moncton is in right now. So I'm like, maybe they'll come. There they are.
So we see the tickets are for sale. This is a part of this is an important part, you guys.
It is an important part. She's going to come back.
Go. Part. Someone texts me, I'm on my walk, and she says, did you get your Cat and Nat tickets? I said, what are you talking about? They're not on sale until tomorrow. She said they're on pre-sale. I just changed my credit card, so I don't know the expiry date. Jose is about to teach a spin class. I know this is an emergency situation. I can't even walk home. This needs to be done immediately. I call Linda.
Linda, you need to get these tickets.
Get your credit card. She seals the deal. It was touch or go. What's your address? Ooh, it's not letting me. I believe in you, Mom. You got this. Boom. A1, A2.
Yeah, I mean, that when you get those seats, there's a prize that comes with it. There needs to be a prize. A1, A2. We could have not gotten better seats, you guys. And our seats is actually like an important part of like the evening at this point, because we want them to know us. We want them to look at us. And if we're upstairs on the balcony, it would have not been the same night. So where we were seated definitely helped our chances in making it the best night of our lives.
Best night of our lives.
Yes.
So it's like maybe 1 p.m. on the day of the Cat and Nat show. We have decided that we're getting glammed. We're getting makeup, which originally I think that's a bit much. So glad we did that.
Absolutely. At the end of the day, YOLO. That was my mood. Jeff thought it was ridiculous. Yeah.
Neil
supports us all the way, all the friggin' time, man. And I'm thinking about how, like, okay, your husband, my husband, your mom, my mom, like me calling my mom so that she purchases tickets, like zerola. But she's like there for like other things that, like, you know what I mean? They all have, I think both of our families combined is just everything.
Power.
We have power. We have everything we need.
It's so true. If we can get to the point where I can drop my kids off at your mom's house, then we're like, that's good.
That's next level.
She would though. If you were like, Alicia has no one, let's drop them off. Sure.
She would. Plus your kids are really old. At this point, your kids are considered old. You know what I mean? Which is a good place to be. I'm so happy for you. All right.
Me too. So the day of the Cat and Nat show, it's quite busy. Like, we need to get our makeup. We need to be moms. We need to whatever. It's 1 p.m. and I'm going to pick up the girls from school. And I also pick up Alfie. I pick up girls at 1:30, boys at 2:30, have to be home for makeup at 3:30. I think I have this feeling in my stomach. I think I need to do more than just show up there. How can we get their attention?
Because, okay,
And
so
I think I'm
yeah, so this, by this point, we don't know if they know who we are. We know that they follow us on TikTok. That's the only connection. And, we're kind of these people that like, I comment on their stories, and then they would say like, thank you so much. But like, do they say that to everyone? Like, we just like, don't know at what level they know who we are. So it's quite exciting, but we think, how can we make that level higher? Whatever that level is, let's make it better.
So I go to Halo Donuts and I purchase donuts. This in itself is a feat because often Halo Donuts sells out. So I
Yes, Alicia is right with this one. Like they sell out like in 3 minutes. Like it's ridiculous. Just make more donuts. I don't understand, but I also am very happy for them that they just sell out every day. You know what I mean?
they make them like first thing in the morning. So I don't even think like when it's at that time that they're making them. Anyways, so I secure the donuts. I call Neil. I'm like,
so she calls Neil and she's like, Neil, I need you to print this photo for us. So our photo of the documentary.
And he's like, I'll be ready at 5 p.m. Not good enough. I needed the next 3 minutes, please.
And he's at work. He better not be working at this point.
And he actually delivered it to my car. Where my kids go to school and where Neil works are schools, separate schools, but they're like literally right in the same parking lot. So he runs out with it in his hoodie because it's pouring rain this day. And he delivers it. And then Jose writes the script to the message.
Hello, bonjour, welcome to Moncton. We are so excited to see you. We couldn't be happier, blah, blah, blah. Enjoy these donuts from Jane, your weight loss, blah, blah, blah.
Now, wait. We manifested what was going to happen because we said we are sitting close enough to smell Romeo.
Right.
And we did end up smelling and touching Romeo.
And so much more.
So I drop off the donuts at the Capitol Theater box office with our note. I say, could you please give this to Cat and Nat? Absolutely. So at this point, we don't know if they even made it back there. Do you know what I mean? He could have been like, whatever. Like we don't do these kinds of things or whatever. But at the end of the day, I mean, we could have like dropped off flowers. We could have dropped off, have fun tonight, So we get glammed. It says meet and greet starts at 6 p.m. It says 6 to 8. So we think that it's not, and I had heard before that they don't go out right away. I saw it on their Insta stories. They don't go out right away. They wait till a lot of people are there. So we're kind of taking our time. I actually want to go to another bar to do a shot before we go. Jose's like, let's just see what's going on.
Yeah, I'm the person that likes to be at the like movie theater like 1 hour before, make sure I have good seats, make sure I don't miss anything. Alicia's more like, we're fine. But she's also like not the being late kind of person at all, but she wanted to go. She is the person that wants to go do a shot before looking at the thing. So we arrive and Alicia's like, it's only 6:15 or 6:20 at this point.
And there was like nobody in the lobby. I was like, oh, like no one's here.
You didn't even want to go in. Remember, you wanted to go straight. She didn't even want to go into the Capitol. She's like, no one's here. I'm like, well, we don't know if this is where the meet and greet is. Maybe it's in the Capitol, like in the theater, that which we don't see with our eyes right now. Like it's not in the entrance. And I was right at the end of the day. So happy we like walked in.
Holy shit. So we walk in and they're on stage in their Lulu, answering questions. I'm like devastated that we have missed most of the meet and greet.
I thought I was going to cry. Like I had so many emotions. Like the lady that opened the door to the Capitol is like, oh, they're almost done. My heart. I was like, what do you mean they're almost done? Like I thought it was going to like, why, whatever. And she's like, yeah, they started at 6 and it's only 30 minutes. So think about it. Like if doors open at 6, we didn't think it started at 6. We thought maybe 6:30. So they do meet and greet and then their show's only at 8. Like that's kind of like what we imagined, but we were wrong. Anyways, I walk in first because Alicia's getting a drink at the bar. I walk in first and I am embarrassed. Like literally everyone turns around and looks at us. Even Cat and Nat, they look at us. And then I'm like, oh my God, like I don't want them to think that we we're late because that's like on purpose, or like, oh my God, like, no, this is not happening. So our seats, remember everyone, is A1 and A2. So you have to walk in front of everyone to go to your seat. I refuse to do that. So I sit in the back. I just like sit in a random spot. And then they say, okay, we're going to go an extra 10 minutes because someone came in late. So she says that. And I'm like, oh my God. But they were kidding. They were joking. It was all good. So Alicia comes in. Alicia's like, and I'm so proud of you because that's mostly my thing. Like,
I
I'm
know.
usually like, let's just go. But you were like,
Yeah.
I was more like devastated, sad, just wanted to like sit there and cry. You're like, okay, let's go sit in our seats. I'm like, okay. So we sat and they're like, thank you so much for the donut. So that's when like they like look at us with their eyes.
And they know. So at this point, we know that they know that the two humans in front of them are also the humans with the poster that have done the donuts. There's a connection.
There's a connection. And I am already very satisfied with this moment. Like, I'm like, oh my God, first of all, you know who we are. That's perfect. Like, there's nothing else. Like, they could have not talked to us or at all, like given us any attention. And we would have been like, yep, that's totally fine. So for them to be like, oh, thank you for the donuts, whatever, loved it. I am happier a little bit at that point.
Yeah. And then at this point, they go back to get ready. And at this point, a lot of our followers and members come over.
Yes.
And that was so bucket filling at that point. That added to the epicness of the night. People wanted pictures. They wanted to talk to us. And it was just incredible.
Okay. I'm like actually going back to when Cat came to talk to us. So they were doing signing the books. And so she went out of her way to come say thank you for the donuts and like came to us. And then I asked, can we have a selfie with you? And she said yes. So at this point, like she acknowledged us. She even came to talk to us. I feel like we're in a good place. She's not upset that I'm late. All is good, takes a picture. I am on top of the world. And then our followers, like Alicia said, they come and see us and take pictures. And I am on top of the world by this point.
Like it's things are going well at this point.
Yes, exactly.
So yeah, we got to meet some members we'd never met before, talk to followers. We got our drinks and the show starts and the show is like amazing.
Yeah. It's amazing. And just like seeing Romeo with her eyes, like it's good. Music was amazing. It's like a dance party. It was amazing.
It flowed so well. It went so fast. It was so engaging. It was funny. They were so honest. Like they took questions from the audience. They're so real and not too good. It was amazing.
Mm-hmm. And then intermission hits. Again, tons of pictures. People are, did you buy me a drink or did someone bought me a drink? So that was fun.
Shannon Mass.
Okay. The people wanted to meet a drink, which guys, I am liking Palm Bay right now. Is it Palm Bay?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm so happy. Usually I say Palm Tree or Palm Springs. Palm Bay, they're really yummy. What is the percentage of alcohol in these?
Probably 5% would be my guess.
Got it. Okay. So I'm really liking those. So anyway, so I'm having a blast. I'm taking pictures. Things are good. And I am just so happy. Like at this point, I feel like we've done what we needed to do. They know who we are. We've given donuts. All is good. So the second half of the show is when Neil makes an appearance.
Yes. So
all right. So Neil comes. So basically every show, Cat and Nat choose to FaceTime one husband in the crowd. Take it from here.
So she was coming my way and I was like, oh my God, this is our moment. Like, this is another moment. I'm like nervous. She does not choose us. It's fine. I FaceTime Neil. I'm like, stay on FaceTime. The first husband was just okay. Although I don't really remember anything he said. Cause I think I was just so like in my brain, I'm thinking, how can I make this happen?
Yeah.
So another moment that's totally out of my character is that she finishes and I stand up on.
Yeah, she stands up. Alicia doesn't stand up. Alicia doesn't like the intention. That's me. That night I was weird. We like had switched a little bit on like how we like feel and how we usually behave.
I would never stand up in front of people like that. Yeah. But I'm like, this is important. And I know Neil's going to be so good. So I stand up and people could see us. And so many people knew us that the crowd starts chanting, Neil.
Nah, c'est too much. So she's like, okay, let's do another one. Because the first guy is kind of like, also it was very French, the first guy. Oh. Yeah. So Anyway, so basically she's like, okay, let's do another husband. And like Neil's on the phone waiting, doesn't know what he's about to do, but just like, she's like, Neil, he can't hear you when you're talking to him. There's no way. He was like, you were like, just wait a second, just wait a second. And you had hung up. And I was like, no, call him again. Call him again. Make him wait. You never know.
So he starts by showing his nipple. That's his first move. Like close up nipple.
Yeah, the crowd goes wild.
Literally, the crowd goes wild when his face pops on the screen.
Yeah, you hear it in all the videos of people that took videos at that moment.
So Kat asked him a few questions about like how long should sex last?
Like, what do you think about anal blowjobs? Like everything. And he's just calm as a cucumber. Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Oh, so proud of myself.
And she says, are you going to go to Pound Town tonight? And he goes, I'm the mayor of Pound Town.
It's too much. It was amazing.
And then he shares with her what he actually did say to me as I was leaving.
True story.
He said to me, bye, love you. Should I wash my penis?
Should I wash my penis? Basically insinuating, will we have sex when you come back home? And the question that I was like, hopefully he says this. Hopefully he says this. Like, oh my goodness. So basically Kat sets it up in a way where she says, do you think you'll get lucky tonight or something like that? Do you think you'll go to Pound Town tonight or something? And I'm like, please, Neil, please say what you said to Alicia when we left. Because I was there when he said it. And he freaking did. And it was amazing.
Everything. So that was Neil's moment. Everyone enjoyed it. It was so good. At this point, I'm like, how could this get any better? Like this
is the best night of our lives.
Best.
Yeah. Like things have progressed very nicely for us at this point. All right.
So where are we at? We're near the end.
We're near the end. The show's almost over. The boys, the strippers rocked it. Oh. Strippers did a great job. Good job, everyone. That was entertaining. The minute you put Pony as a song, and there's good-looking men that are doing things, I like that. I have to say that my only regret, the only way that this would have been better, is if I would have been chosen to go on stage when the strippers were doing their things.
Yes.
That's the only sad part. Like, that's my dream. I just want all of you to know that one of my things that I dream of one day is I'm going to be that person on that chair that they like lift up on their things and they like do things with the chair. That is my dream, that I get to be that woman. You know what I mean? And I wasn't that night, and that's fine. I mean, other things happened. Like everything can't be about you, Jose, but that would have been insanely amazing, honestly.
Okay. Yeah.
And from what I gather, the people that walked up were not chosen. Like, because the same girl went twice.
Yeah.
And I asked her, did they ask you twice? She goes, no, I just did it myself. Like I just went, they said. And I was like, interesting. So I could have just gone. But then that would have been embarrassing if it would have not, like I would have not like that. So it's all good. Next time. At your 40th with the strippers in Vegas.
Where we pretend it's your birthday so that I don't have to do that.
Absolutely. Okay, so the show's done. Everyone's leaving. Romeo walks up to us. Now that's super fun. He goes, are you girls the donut girls? And we're like, yes, we are. Oh my God. Can we have a picture with you? So there's a beautiful picture on the internet of us with him. You guys who need to go see it. He flexes. It's amazing. He takes a photo. He says, thank you so much for the donuts. They were delicious. I ate all of them. And then Alicia says, Alicia's feeling tipsy. She doesn't remember this. So Alicia says, is this you inviting us backstage? And then he says, I don't have the power to do that, but thank you so much for the donuts. And I am at this point so proud of my girl, Alicia, just putting things out there. Just, that's not her style. That's my style usually. So I'm like really proud of her at this point. So Alicia's like, okay, let's sit down and let's send them a thank you. Like at this point, we're just like on cloud nine. Ça vient pas mieux. What a night. That's all we're saying. What a night. Like, it's just amazing, right? So we sit down and we're, again, front row, right? We're just sitting there right at the steps too, like A1, A2, like we're right there. And our friends that were not sitting with us come and they like are waiting for us to do our thing, to send messages, tag Cat and Nat. Like we're just trying to do that kind of that part of our night. and their producer, whatever he is, his name is Noah. He comes to us like, Cat and Nat want you backstage. Nah. That moment, Cat and Nat want you backstage. Alicia, okay. Like it was, I'm like looking at her and she took nervous and then she's like, okay. It was amazing. So we go, he's like bringing us backstage. We open the backstage door, you guys. Okay. And there she is, Cat, so close up, so pretty.
So pretty.
So pretty. And they're so pretty. Like,
yeah, they have beautiful skin, both of them.
Yes, like what you see is what they are, and they are gorgeous, you know? So Kat at this point is also kind of entertaining her brother's best friend that was in the crowd. So he's also backstage with his wife and they're talking, whatever, but she hugs us and we're like, you guys rocked it, good job. And then Nat comes out with her pajamas. It's too much, you guys. It's everything. So she comes out and she's like, oh my God, you guys are tall. And we're like, yeah, we're pretty tall. She's like, Kat, look how tall they are. And then Kat is like, I know, like I didn't imagine them this tall. Like, and I didn't know they were this tall. And then we're just talking about our height for a second there. And then it really seems like they know who we are. Like they definitely not follow us, but maybe they like look at our things and they know who we are. So we're like, you guys rocked it. We're being cool. I think we were super cool.
I think we did a good job. And I actually was talking to Nat about how you and I were similar to them, but I was more like Nat. I literally said, I like to drink like you, and I'm a little bit sluttier like you. And she was like, yeah.
No, Nat was so fun. She was so fun. They were so funny. And then so I started a conversation with Romeo while Alicia was talking to Nat, and I couldn't hear what she was saying, but I would have loved to be a part of it. But I was talking to Romeo. That was a fun conversation. So I think this is important to tell the world, Alicia, especially our followers, because they know what we do. But having Romeo say the words calorie deficit was like porn to me. It was like everything. Yes, Romeo. Yes. Like, so he's like, so tell me what your documentary is about. Like, what did you guys eat a donut a day? Like, what'd you do? Cause he's a personal trainer. Okay. And I'm like, so we bet he knows what Tim Hortons is. He's like, I love Tim Hortons. I love those Boston creams. It was amazing. So I'm like, we ate Tim Hortons for the whole month of February. He's like, okay, were you just proving that you can lose weight? Well, whatever. It's just a calorie balance. I'm like, oh my God, just the fact that you're freaking saying this right now is just amazing. Like you understand just that side of things. That's amazing. And that you like are saying it out loud is just like validating everything right now. And I'm like, we weren't proving that, although we did lose weight. We just like want to help people having a better relationship with food, whatever. He's like, yeah, like people are struggling to just like understand that to lose weight, you just have to be in a calorie deficit. And I was like, Romeo, like I can't even like handle you right now and your beautiful face and your beautiful lips and your body. And I was like,
wait. At this point, you guys, Romeo is shirts off this entire time. Everything is happening. This is an important part of the story. Shirts off.
Shirts off. He's saying you can touch whatever you want to touch. He's hilarious. So I'm like, Romeo, why do people struggle to just like trust that it's a calorie deficit? Why are they confusing everything? He's like, because they just like what's on the internet right now, and they just don't have the education to understand that at the end of the day, that's what it is. But it's more, and I'm like, but it's more complex. You have a good relationship with food. He's like, obviously, but yeah. And I was like, this conversation, it did not go where I thought it was going to go, but it is better than what I would ever imagine. And now I can tell the world that Romeo agrees on calorie deficit. And it is just everything to me. So what else happened? Okay. So we didn't want to overstay our welcome, but before this happened, Romeo says, I got to go shower, girls. So thank you so much for the donut and send me all the info for your documentary. I want to see this. Okay. So just there, like, I am like, what is this night? What is this amazing evening we're going through right now? And he randomly picks up Alicia and I on his shoulders together.
At the same time.
At the same time. For no reason, just like to just laugh. I don't know. So that's where I got my pickup moment, which really makes me happy. And I kept yelling, this is everything. This is everything. Nat and Cat are laughing and they're like, this is everything. We just had the best time ever. Okay, so that's Romeo. He goes to shower. Then we're talking to Nat. Cat is like more with her, like her brother's best friend. Like she hasn't seen him in a while. They like grew up together. So she's really excited to see him. She's doing her thing. It's amazing. So we're like talking with Nat, and Nat friggin' says, of course we saw you eat Tim Hortons. All we did was watch you guys. I was like looking at every night. What are they eating today? She's like, you and your belt. She looked at me and was like, you and your belt. And I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Like she's talking about our documentary. She watched us eat Tim Hortons. This is life. Alicia's just like, if you're on YouTube, we can hear her. She is not frozen. She is just speechless, everyone. It is amazing. So imagine. So then the brother says, okay, we're going to go. So we were going to follow his lead. Once he leaves, we're going to leave them be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he said, okay, we're going to go. And we're like, okay, thank you so much, girls. Oh my God, have a great night. We didn't want to overstay their welcome. Then Kat says, do you want to take a picture with us? Ben oui. We didn't want to bother them. Like, we didn't ask for more pictures when we were backstage. We're like, it's not about that. Like, whatever they want to do. So we say yes. She takes her phone. She takes the picture. She asks for my phone number, my personal phone number. She texts me the picture. End of night. We have died. This is it. This is what we can now. I've accomplished everything that I wanted to accomplish in my life.
It was just amazing.
Wow. Like, wow. And then, I mean, so we're just like, what is happening? We're trying to find our friends at this point. Like, probably it's been like 30 minutes at this point. We walked to Gusto, which is one of our favorites in Moncton. Great food. I am starving at this point. It is 11 p.m. I don't think they're going to serve us, but I'm hoping that they will. So I walk in there and I'm like, hello, alone. That's the best part. I'm so hungry at this point that I could not care less if Alicia was with like the friends having a drink at somewhere else. And I'm like, I'm just going to go alone. And hopefully they'll serve me a pizza at this point. So I walk in alone. I'm like, I am so hungry and I am hoping you will serve me food right now. I understand this might be annoying. Anything that the chef is like, I'll throw this together for this girl. She's like, absolutely. Come on up. Blah, blah, blah. We know the manager. He's sitting at the bar. I go say hi. Alicia and them arrive literally 2 seconds later, like just the best night ever. We sit, there's like 5 of us. We drink, we eat. It is now 12:30 a.m. It is time to go home. End of night.
Boom.
This whole time we're gorgeous. So happy we got our makeup done. It's so worth it.
So worth it. And just on a high from the night, I do want to add that there is a point where Cat and Nat post a TikTok of the night in Moncton. One of our followers tags us in it and says, I see the Your Way Weight Loss girls front row. And then Cat and Nat respond on TikTok, say, yeah, we're basically best friends now.
Stop. It's too much. It's too much. I truly believe that like they would love us like to the next level. I understand that they're busy and they're not taking in content from like other people. Like it's just what it is. When you're a content creator, you're usually not a content junkie at the same time. You know what I mean? Like it's just like because you're so like people think that we spend our time on the internet, which we do, but it's posting and not taking in. Like I miss full pregnancies and births of people on Facebook. I'm like, what? This person had a baby? And then I go back to their Facebook and it was all documented. And I missed it.
Yeah.
So I go on Facebook. I go on the platforms to post and to read comments and to do my job, si tu veux. That's what content creators do. And we run Your Weight Loss. But like, you don't sit there and just like scroll a lot. Or like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't do a lot of that. So like, I can just imagine they're like crazy busy. And they create more content than we create. So I can just imagine how they're not just like listening to Jane A, you know, while they're on their walk, you know what I mean? But they know we ate Tim Hortons.
They know we exist. Mission accomplished. They got to see our personalities a little bit. That was important to us. Like we just know that we would connect with them really well. So who knows what the future will hold?
Who knows, everyone? So top things. Thing number 1 was, okay, the things that happened that were key to this evening. The donut drop off.
The tickets.
the ticket seats, like the seats where we were, and Neil. Those were the top 3 things. Oh my goodness.
So what a night. Thank you guys for coming along. You guys were like, how did this happen? You were seeing pictures like, how is Neil on screen? Like, what happened? So now you know every single last detail. You know what I'm going to do today when this podcast comes out? I'm going to reshare on our stories the picture of the note we wrote to them. I'm going to reshare the picture of Cat and us. I'm going to reshare the picture of Romeo and us so you guys can relive that moment with us today.
And you are welcome for that, everyone. We are so happy to bring you along. This was an amazing evening for us, and we would not share it with anyone else but you guys. All the details.
All the deets.
Okay, everyone, follow us. You know what to do. Thank you so much for listening to us. We love this way of showing up. So keep listening, keep doing your thing, and have a great day.
Bye, guys.